What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back with my latest unboxing. Shipping all the way from Collins, Georgia to South Bend, Indiana. You know, Georgia's probably the prettiest state I've ever been to. I wish I could live there permanently. But anyway, how you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. Appreciate everyone who watches my videos and leaves comments and subscribes to my channel. I subscribe back to everybody. If you're interested in watching more unboxings of mine, please just click on my username, and then you'll see a search bar on my main page. Just type in unboxing, and you're going to see a ton. Hopefully soon I'll have all these numbered again, because I kind of stopped numbering them. But this is well over 200, close to 300 unboxings, I'm sure. I just can't recall off the top of my head. But this is a pro wrestling lot of DVDs that I got to give a lot of credit to my friend Jason, who has this really cool DVD wrestling collecting Facebook page. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known this existed, and I bought it. So, thanks a lot to Jason. And I also want to give a shout out to Kaz. He's always helping me out finding great deals. First up, Ring of Honor Wrestling presents Revolution USA. This is Kings vs. Wolves 2, the Kings of Wrestling versus the All-American Wolves. No disqualification match, Roderick Strong versus El Generico, who I just got to see is Sami Zayn. Non-title match, World Tag Team Champions Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas versus Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. In a non-title match, we have the World TV Champion, Christopher Daniels versus Colt Cabana, who I've got to announce for once, but I got to meet 2 or 3 times. Awesome dude. First blood match, the All Night Express versus Jay and Mark Briscoe, the Prodigy Mike Bennett versus Grizzly Redwood, Michael Elgin versus Andy Right Leg Ridge, Homicide versus Tommaso Ciampa. Steve Corino will address the Ring of Honor fans. So that's disc 1 in this set. Then we have Best in the World, New York, New York, 6/26/2011. Ring of Honor World Title Match, Eddie Edwards versus Davey Richards. World Tag Team Title Match, 4-way elimination match, World Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team versus Jay and Mark Briscoe versus the Kings of Wrestling versus the All Night Express. World TV Title Match, Christopher Daniels versus El Generico. I've seen Christopher Daniels at a TNA show, and I've seen El Generico as Sami Zayn. Special challenge match, Steve Corino with Jimmy Jacobs versus Michael Elgin and Truth Martini. I've gotten to announce for Jimmy Jacobs several times. Awesome guy. And Truth Martini, I've got to announce for him. No Holds Barred Street Fight, Homicide versus Rhino. I'll be getting to meet Rhino November 2nd. Jay Lethal versus the Prodigy Mike Bennett. I've gotten to see Jay Lethal at a TNA house show. Colt Boom Boom Cabana versus Tommaso Ciampa. Like I said, I've got to meet Colt a couple times. DVD bonus match, Generation Me versus Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Got to see Generation Me at a TNA house show. Phenomenal. This one I'm not sure if I already have, but this is No Escape. Roderick Strong versus El Generico. Wrestling's Greatest Tag. That's a steel cage match, by the way. Non-title match, we have Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas versus the Bravado Brothers. Chris Hero versus Colt Cabana. Michael Elgin and Chase Owens versus Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander. Tag Team Challenge match, the American Wolves, which are Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards versus Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. And a grudge match, Rhett Titus versus Jay Briscoe. In a grudge match, Kenny King versus Mark Briscoe. The Prodigy Mike Bennett versus Andy Right Leg Ridge. This, I believe, is a double dip. This is Hate Chapter 2, 6-person tag team match. The Kings of Wrestling and Sarah Del Rey with Shane Hagedorn versus the Briscoe Brothers and Amazing Kong. Grudge rematch, Kevin Steen versus El Generico. 6-man tag team match. ROH World Heavyweight Champion Tyler Black, Jerry Lynn and Delirious with Daisy Hayes versus Austin Aries, Kenny King and Rhett Titus. Must-see tag team match, the American Wolves versus Generation Me. Pick 6 Contenders Series, Roderick Strong with Truth Martini versus Colt Cabana, Necro Butcher versus Skull Crusher, Rosh Brown, Grizzly Redwood versus Eric Stevens with Prince Nana, the Bravado Brothers versus the House of Truth. I've seen Tyler Black actually in '05 at an Ian Rotten show. which is IWA Mid-South. And I've seen Truth Martini, Colt Cabana, Generation Me. And depending on who the House of Truth is, I'm not sure. Supercard of Honor, Chicago Ridge, Illinois, 5/21/11. Ring of Honor World Title Match, Eddie Edwards versus Roderick Strong. Chicago Street Fight, The All Night Express versus Jay and Mark Briscoe. Non-title match, Christopher Daniels versus Colt Cabana. Grudge match, Claudio Gastinoli versus Shelton Benjamin. Special challenge match, Davey Richards versus Charlie Haas. Chris Hero versus El Generico, one final time. Steve Corino versus the Prodigy, Mike Bennett. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Bravado Brothers. And Homicide versus Michael Elgin. I've seen Claudio Gastinoli as Antonio Cesaro in WWE. I have seen Colt Cabana and Christopher Daniels. Second to last one, we have Revolution Canada, Toronto, Ontario, 5/7/11. That's Ring of Honor World Champion Eddie Edwards versus Chris Hero. World Tag Team Title Match, the champion Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas versus Jay and Mark Briscoe. In a non-title match, World TV Champion Christopher Daniels versus El Generico. In memory of Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney, R.I.P. 12 large, gone but not forgotten. Delirious versus Colt Boom Boom Cabana. The Big Bang rematch, Davey Richards versus Kenny King. Double Danger Scramble match, Rhett Titus versus Adam Cole versus Michael Elgin versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Grizzly Redwood versus Andy Right Leg Ridge. In a grudge match, we have Steve Corino versus the Prodigy Mike Bennett. Claudio Gastinoli versus Kyle O'Reilly. I've seen Claudio. I've seen, give me a sec, Colt Cabana, El Generico, Christopher Daniels. Phenomenal. Wow, this just blows my mind. And I'm a little, Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney, rest in peace, man. Man. Tag Team Turmoil Match 2011, Richmond, Virginia, 7/8/2011. Tag Team Main Event, the American Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards versus Roderick Strong and Michael Elgin. Ring of Honor Tag Team Contenders Lottery Tournament Finals, winner of Match 1 and winner of Match 2. World Tag Team Title Match, it's Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas versus El Generico and Colt Cabana. Special Challenge Match, Kenny King versus the Prodigy Mike Bennett. Ring of Honor Contenders Tag Team Lottery Tournament Match number 2, Jay and Mark Briscoe versus the Bravado Brothers. Ring of Honor's Contender Match, Lottery Tournament Match number 1, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander. Interview with new Ring of Honor Champion Davey Richards. So this is all the matches. Tag Team Turmoil, Revolution Canada, Supercard of Honor, 6, I think. Hate Chapter 2, No Escape, Best in the World 2011, and then Revolution USA. Big thanks once again to Jason for giving me the shout out. He's got an awesome group of fellow DVD enthusiasts, fanatics, and addicts like this guy. I really appreciate it. Always giving me suggestions on which auctions are worth my money. Because I got a little bit. I don't have a lot. But thanks a lot for watching my videos. I really, truly appreciate it. I got a ton of other unboxings, like I said earlier. So please check those out. If you have any suggestions for eBay auctions or Amazon.com up for grabs or whatever they call it, I just made that up. Leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and let me know. Appreciate everyone who watches. And if you have any of those DVDs, what's one of your favorite matches? Shout out once again to Jason, to Kaz316. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want a shout out in your video, give me a shout out, brother. Have a good day, and let's talk wrestling.